Yeah, hello friends. So in this video we will discuss about the result of TCS. So basically TCS is the you can say leader of IT industry. Okay, and in terms of market cap, after its biggest IT company, in terms of revenue, in terms of headcount, employee headcount, in terms of like almost all the thing, it is the trendsetter for all the IT company. So that's why its result is so important to give the direction to entire IT industry. Okay, so company have its result on 9th of Jan. So we will discuss in detail about the results of Tata Consultancy Service. Okay, so to find the results, it's better to you can directly go to the site of a company like tcs.com and find the investor page. So here you can see the list of financial results of for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. So we have to see the results for quarter 3, and there is a consolidate and standalone as well. So it's up to us which kind of result we want to see. I will refer the standalone here and the management commentary, these things, so you can find these things from here. Okay, so first we will discuss the key highlights of this quarter. Okay, so this was the key highlight. So I will discuss in deep. So in quarter three, financial year 23, these were the performance highlights. So in terms first on revenue, so INR revenue of 582,290 million. So it is up 90.1% year on year basis. USD revenue of dollar 7075 million, so it's up 8.4% year on year. Constant currency revenue up 13.5% year on year. And the profit, so operating margin at 24.5%, which is really good, and net profit margin at 18.6%. Cash flow from operation at 102.8% of net profit. And demands, so clients of 100 million plus up by 1, and dollar 50 million up by 12, and 10 million up by 13, and 1 million up by 42 year on year. So basically this is the number of clients that company have acquired, have the contract, and their amount, 100 million client there is a one, and 50 million client, 50 million revenue client, there are approx 12. So these are the size of deals with the client and number of client that is having such a size. And in terms of people, their resource, their engineers, their HR, everyone. So company have added new addition of 2197 associate during the quarter. So closing headcount is 6 lakh 13,974. So it's a huge number. So you can say the addition is low as compared to other quarters, because we have seen several global sentiment is not good. So looks like company have not added too much like associates, and there was attrition problem as well. Okay, so and LTM attrition at 21.3% in IT services. So basically in last few quarter, attrition was a big challenge for the all the IT companies. So in this quarter now we can see this that is gradually going down. We can say due to global sentiment or other things. So attrition was it was having it was a big challenge for the IT company, and slowly it's going down. So this is a good news for all the IT companies. Okay, so this was on the people front. And if we see the revenue, we will compare it from quarter 3 of financial year 23 will be compared from quarter 3 of financial year 22. Okay, so this will be quarter to quarter comparison. So yeah, okay, so this will be one comparison, and one comparison will be from just back quarter. So we can see it's In terms of revenue, in quarter 3 financial year 22, it was 4 lakh 88,850 million, and now it's a 5 lakh 82,290. So it's a good increase we can see. Okay, so and the operating income, like in quarter 3 financial year 22, it was 122 370 million. Now it's 142 840 million. So here also there is a good jump in terms of operating income and the net income as well. Like in a quarter 3 of financial year 22, it was 97,690 million, and now it's 1 lakh 8,460 million. So there is also increase in net income, increase in revenue, increase in operating income. Okay, and the growth summary, like we can see the revenue growth summary of USD, so like US dollar. So here also we can see good count, like in a quarter 3 it was 6524, now it's a 7075. So we can see good number of like good increase in account. Operating income in quarter 3 financial year 22, it was 1633, and now it's 1736. So there's a good increase in quarter in a financial year 23, and net income is 1303, and now it's a 1318. So there is also a sizable increase in uh, us US dollar as well. Okay, so these are the details by the how the company is performing its growth worldwide. So it's like a region wise, like in America, like in quarter 3, quarter 2, what was the like 50.7, it was there, now it's a 53.7. So year on there's a 15.4% growth. And in a Latin America it was 1.7, now it's 1.8. In UK, like in Europe, we can see decrease, like earlier it was 15.6, now it's a 14.9. And in a continental Europe it was 16, now it's a 14.8. And in Asia Pacific we can see there is a decrease, but in a like a market share, like it was 8.6, now it's 7.9. In India as well it was 5.5, now it's 5.1. And MEA, like Middle East and Africa, it was 1.9, now it's 1.8. So this is the like distribution of company business geography wise, like in America, Europe, Asia Pacific. And these are the internal vertical of the company. So a vertical is like an internal department uh, of the company. So like BFSI is a one department, retail and CPG is another department, life science and healthcare is another department, manufacturing is another department, technology and services are another department, communication and media, region market and others. So basically these department is like a company used to like provide services for all the businesses, all the types of companies. So like which company fall in which department, like that. So company have created their segmentation so in a BFSI, like we can see earlier it was 32%, now it's 31.1. Retail and CPG it was 50.1, now it's a 50.7. So we can see in retail segment company have uh, increase its it's a percentage of share. Life science and healthcare we can see 9.9 to 10.3. Manufacturing 9.9 to 9.9, it's a stable. Technology and services it was 8.7 to now 8.9. Communication and media 6.7 to 6.6. And region market another 17.7 to 17.1. Okay, so and this was the year on year CC growth corresponding to different vertical. And these are the commentary, like these are like service line commentary, like what are the technology that company is working, and how, like what are their plan to increase their revenue from which technology. So these things it mentioned. And here is the client parameter. So here is a client contribution, client detail here. So like US dollar 1 million plus client. Okay, so like the client who is having the contract value, you can say 1 million plus. So that number was 1175 in financial year 22. Now it's a 1270. So it means that there is an increase in a client. We can say small client. Okay, and client who is having 5 million plus client, 5 million plus deal, 5 million plus we can say contract value deal. So earlier it was 619, now it's a 658. So we can say there is also uh, client addition is there, and on 10 million plus value clients, so earlier it was 426, now it's a 456. So there is also a good increase. 20 million plus client, earlier it was 255, now it's a 290. And 50 million plus clients, so these like 50 million and 100 million, these are like a big client for the company, so they used to provide a good part of revenue to the company. So like 50 million plus client, earlier it was 118, now it's 130. So company have added 12 new client which is having a deal of 50 million plus. So this is a good symptom. Like uh, addition of client is like a, it's like it will definitely show good value in a next few quarter, because client used to come for like it's depends, but usually they used to have 3 year or 5 year contract. So they if there is a new client addition, definitely it will reflect in next quarter. And 100 million plus client, earlier it was 58, now it's a 59. Okay, so here is also increase. So basically it's important to not lose your like old client and add something, some new clients. So we can see the entire client list, it seems positive, and we can expect that this will show a good growth in a next quarter. So these are the key highlights. If we want, we can go through and see the human resource part. So okay, so like here like we can see the count from the quarter to 22, quarter 3 22. Like in quarter 3 22 it was 5,56,986, and in 9 quarter 3 23 it's a 6,30,974. Okay, so we can see slightly decrease in the human resource. Like earlier in a quarter 2 it was 6,16,171, now it's 6,13,974. So we can see like 2 to 3,000, 2 to 3,000 resources is less. So might be few people resigned, and there might be no replacement or something like that. So there are a number of possibilities. So we can see, but it's a very small number. Okay, the attrition is 21.3%. Uh, okay, and which is a good number. Like in earlier, like IT companies was struggling due to attrition, but the attrition rate was very high. They need to pay more for the replacement cost. So now attrition is gradually coming down. So it's good for TCS, good for all the IT industry. And company has given their diversity as well. Like in a TCS, women employee share is 35.7%, which is really good. And there are people from 153 nationalities are working for the TCS. So like they they have they have resource from each country. Like we can say approx each country of the world. Okay, and what are the expenditure on talent development? So like 11.4 million learning hours in quarter 3 23, 498k digital trained associate, 562k agile trained associate. So these are the talent development part company is doing. Okay, and this will really this will really helpful to it will provide benefit in future to the company, because in IT skillful resource is a asset of the company. Okay, so like now we will see the these the financial results in a detail. Okay, so this was the like few key highlights that I have discussed. So like now see the this one, this also can be downloaded from TCS investor page. So like this is the balance sheet of the company. Okay, so in a balance sheet there's a uh, amount for this quarter ending on 31st December 2022, which is quarter 3, uh, and the quarter of was like March 31 2022. Okay, so that before quarter. Okay, so we can see net current asset, it's a 90447. So here is the list of all the assets. Okay, so like capital work in progress, right to use asset, intangible, financial asset, investment, trade receivable, like the company is about to receive that money, build, unbilled loans, and these things. So if we consolidate all, so in a like March 31, 2022, it was on 27,071. Now it's at 26,481. So we can see non-current asset is decreased for this period. And for current asset, if we see, so in current asset, these things will be calculated. So in this, it would be like the inventory, the financial asset, investment, trade receivable, like uh, uh, the trade which happens and the company is about to receive the money, build, unbilled, cash and cash equivalent, other balance with bank loans, other financial result, other assets. Okay, so see, we can see the value of all the things, but we can see the major is things. A major is like this one, trade receivable 295. Earlier it was 2982, 29852. So this is also a good number. So we can see like if we joined both non-current and current asset, we can see the total current asset of companies is increased. Like earlier it was 1,21,2633. Now it's 1,35,308. So this is a good number we can say. Okay, so total asset, then equity and liabilities. Okay, so this is the equity, like share capital. Earlier it was 77,170. Now it's 92,000 01. So this was the liability, and now non-current liability like financial liability, lease liability, other financial, deferred tax. So liability is like something you are having and you have to pay that. Okay, so liability section we can see like company have decreased its liability. Earlier it was 6189. Now it's 6161. So this is the good number. Okay, the current liabilities. So in current liabilities as well, we can say like the trade payable, lease liabilities, due of creditors other than small enterprise and microfinance, due of small enterprise and microfinance. Okay, so like these things company have to pay. So these things we can say uh, somehow company have to pay. So these comes under liability. Okay, so like in last quarter, like it was 37,901, and now it's a 37,1360. So it's like the liability is decreased. Okay, so now if we see the total current liability is this one, 37,136, and total equity and liability is this one, 135,308. Okay, so this was the uh, balance sheet. Okay, so on bottom above side you can see the asset. Okay, you can see the asset, and now you can see the liabilities. Okay, and this is the profit and loss statement of the company. So see revenue from the operation, other income, these things. So here it's like this one we will focus. This is for current quarter ending on 31st December 2022, and the quarter which was uh, like uh, like Q3 of 2021. So we will compare both. Usually we used to compare these things to to see the difference between the quarter of 1 year back and quarter of this year. Okay, so revenue from operation. So revenue from operation is the like a core income of IT companies. So like they generate revenue from the operation, and that's called revenue from operation. Okay, so in a quarter 3 of 2021, it was 14,845 crore. Now it's a 49,275. So we can see a good we can see consider, considerable amount increase in revenue from operation, and other income is having very small proportionate. So we can see the total income of company is increased from 43 lakh 070 to 50 lakh 833 crore. And the expenses, so above one was income, now we will see the expense of the company. So in expense, employee benefit expense, cost of equipment and software, financial cost, depreciation and amortization expense, other expense. So basically in IT company, the major expense is employee benefit expense. Like they have to pay the salary, they have to pay the uh, several things for the employee. They have to run the several employee benefit schemes. So this is the major part of expense of IT company. So we can see in a last quarter it was 2535 crore. Now it's a 24,474 crore. So we can see company have increased its budget for employee benefit. Okay, and for software and license, we can see from 401 to 502 520. Finance cost, it's increased, depreciation and amortization expense, and other expense. So basically we can say like in a quarter 3 of last year it was 30,191. Now it's a 36,891. So we can see there is a increase in a company expense too. But we already seen that there is a good increase in total income, so that should be covered. So we can see now expenses. So earlier it was 3039, now it's a 3438. And this one, so deferred tax and total tax expense also increased. So earlier it was 2920, now it's a 3283. Okay, so profit for the period, earlier it was 9959, now it's 10659 crore. Okay, so this we can see a good we can see good increase in profit as well of company. Okay, so this was this was the profit and loss statement. So here also we can see uh, uh, company have noted is a good we can say is a good profit. Okay, and now we can see changes in equity. So I don't think it's a matter too much. Okay, now we will see the last one. This the statement of the cash flow. So cash flow is also main important key parameter of fundamental analysis. So we need to see the cash flow of the company, like how the company is getting cash, and if they are having cash, they can plan for future like future plans. They can expand for future plan, and they can, so for anything they need to have a cash. If they have a excess cash, they also declare dividend, and they used to pay to their investor. Okay, so now we can see the cash flow statement. So cash flow from the operating activities, so earlier it was 28,392. Now this quarter it's 29,306 crore. So here is a good increment. And adjustment for like depreciation, bad debts, tax expense, net gain of sublease, unrealized foreign exchange, net gain on disposal of property, net gain interest income, dividend income, and finance cost. So, like operating profit before working capital changes, earlier it was 35 636, now it's 37 741. So there is a good increase. Okay, now net changes like inventory, trade receivable, loans, and other finance asset, other asset. So if we see like cash generated from the operation, so in a previous quarter it was 34,007 crore, and now it's a 34,125 crore. So it's quite similar. It's not, there is not much difference here. Okay, and the tax paid, these are the tax amount that they paid. So net cash generated from operating activities, earlier it was 26,882, now it's 26,007. So we can see it's there is a nominal a decrease in a net cash generated from operating activities. And then cash flow from the investing activities, the company have excess money that they use to invest, and they generate some cash from there as well. So here we can see like bank deposit placed in a last quarter, it was a good number. Now it's comparatively less. Intercorporate deposit, it's also less. And this time purchase of investment have a like a it have a it's just about to double. Okay, so these things, so these like cash flow from investing activities. Okay, so overall net cash used in investing activities, like it was 12,000. Earlier it was 14,560, now it's 12,404. Okay, and now it's a cash flow from financing activities, the cash from received from financing activities. So earlier it was 11,788, now it's 19,295. Okay, so they paid dividend, they pay interest, repayment of release liability, transfer of funds, these things. Okay, so now n- net change in cash and cash equivalent. This, so earlier it was 1603, now it's 2674 cash or cash equivalent at the end of the period. So end of the period company was having this much of cash, and component of cash and cash equivalent, this in current account, in a deposit account. So these much are in their company current account, this is in a their deposit account, and cash in hand. These things like company don't put cash in hand, so these things are blank. Okay, so companies having, we can say 2674 uh, crore cash or equivalent they are having, as compared to 1603 from the last quarter. So we can go through all the details. It's 35 page sheet. So uh, we can see the breakup of the summary mentioned in a earlier slide. Okay, so we can go through all the things, but I have highlighted the key points. Okay, so these were the we can find key point from here. So if we see overall results of TCS, it's a really good results. Okay, and the company have maintained its momentum of growth, and so it's it's a market giant, so it's always preferable, it's always better to stay the company like TCS for a longer term, to have a good benefit, and to enjoy the uh, what's say enjoy the benefit of compounding, because this company it's like if this is performing, the entire IT sector